Good afternoon and welcome to Bill Simone Field as we get set for the final home game of the 2016 season for your Pacific Tigers. As the Tigers welcome to town the California Golden Bears. So a non-conference game here this afternoon before the Tigers will end the regular season on the road at LMU next weekend. The Tigers entered this afternoon with a record of 19-25 overall, while the Bears from Cal 28-18-1 coming into this afternoon. Look at both teams' starting lineups. First, the visiting Bears. They'll have Jasmine Jackson leading off in center, followed by second baseman Kylie Reed, shortstop Lindsey Rude, catcher Annie Aldretti, followed by Kobe Pettis, batting fifth, playing first. Kayla Taylor will bat sixth and play right field. The designated player will be Tori Pogue, followed by Taylor Koenig at third, and Kristen McHugh in left field. While the Tigers defensively from left to right in the outfield, Bourne, Anderson, and Moran Rowan. And then in the infield, Gustafson, Habib Zapatosny, and a rare start at first base here this afternoon for Taylor Brink, one of four seniors playing in their final home game. While behind the plate, Rachel Sellers, and in the circle, the right-hander Marissa Young. Young on the season, 8-7, with a 2.77 ERA and 93 and a third innings. She has allowed 37 earned runs while walking 33 and striking out 56. And that includes an outstanding outing against BYU, which unfortunately didn't result in a win, as she struck out 11 on Friday night against the Cougars, which was the most for a Tiger pitcher since Tori Shepard had 11 back in March of 2011. So Marissa Young, the start here this afternoon in the circle for the Tigers, while in the circle for the Bears will be Katie Sutherland Finch, which we'll talk about more when she takes the circle in the bottom half of the inning. Center fielder Jasmine Jackson steps in to lead off the sophomore center fielder, batting .397. One of two Bears to have started now in all 48 games this season. As the first pitch from Young on the outside corner for strike one. Home plate umpire Thomas Eddy. At first, Vince Price, and at third, Will Macedo. The umpiring crew here this afternoon. And Jackson drops the bunt, and Gustafson will field and fire just in time for the out. So a good start for Marissa Young as Jackson bunts and is out 5-3 for out number one.
In the second position, second baseman number 3, Kylie Reed.
So that'll now bring up junior second baseman Kylie Reed, batting .395 on the season. Reed, a junior from Corona, California. Lines the first pitch she sees in the left field for a base hit, so there's our first hit of the afternoon. Here's Reed, wastes no time. First pitch swinging.
The shortstop number 15, Lindsey Rude.
So with the runner on first and one down, that'll bring up shortstop Lindsey Rude, a freshman who has also started now in all 48 games this season, batting .364 on the season. As Young's first pitch to Rude misses well outside for ball one. Rude, a freshman from Danville, California. And the 1-0 misses. Similar location. Rude on the season. 25 runs batted in, 5 doubles, 2 triples, 4 home runs. Third best on the Bears, behind the 6 of Pogue and the 5 of Aldretti, who are in the lineup here this afternoon, as the count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Lawners is normally the first baseman for the Tigers, but Brink gets the start here at first, although Lawners still in the lineup as the designated player, as the count now goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Once again, Young looking for that outside corner, but misses for ball 3. Tigers looks like they were going to get a win during the weekend against BYU, but suffered a 7th inning heartbreak, a 3-run home run with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. As the Tigers have been on a lengthy losing streak since April 16th when they won the first of 2 games of a doubleheader against St. Mary's in extra innings. A win that got Coach Brian Colsey his 700th career win, and before the game here this afternoon, he was given a plaque for that achievement. Count remains full, and it's a ground ball up the middle for a base hit as Habib not quite able to get to it. So back-to-back base hits for the Bears.
Batting in the 4th position, the catcher number 13, Annie Aldretti.
So with 2 on and 1 out, that'll bring up catcher Annie Aldretti, the junior, batting .259 on the season. 5 home runs, 23 runs batted in. The junior from Monterey takes outside for ball 1. Young with a long look in here before the 1-0. Misses high and inside. Pacific all-time is 36-53-1 against Cal. As a 2-0 able to hit the inside corner for a called strike. Bit of a breeze blowing out towards right, but not nearly as bad as the wind was during the BYU series, as that pitch just misses for ball 3. And the 3-1, and Aldretti taking the whole way. So for the second batter in a row, a full count. Rude on her full count, hit a base hit up the middle. She's on first. Reed at second. After her single to left is now the full count pitch. A one-hopper to Gustafson, who takes it to third and just beats Reed to the bag. So Aldretti hits into the fielder's choice 5 unassisted. Reed out at second. Down to second goes Rude.
Batting fifth, first baseman number 21, Kobe Pettis.
So a nice job there by Gustafson to quickly field it and beat the speedy Reed to third to keep the lead runner from reaching third, as that'll now bring up first baseman Kobe Pettis, batting .333. As Young once again a first pitch out of the strike zone for ball 1. Young, a sophomore from Rancho Cucamonga. Looks for the outside corner and misses for ball 2. Paul Meitzkens here, glad you could join us. The final home game of the 2016 season for the Pacific Tigers. Really couldn't ask for a much better afternoon. 2-0, a called strike. Habib and Zapatosny both playing well back. Zapatosny almost on the edge of the outfield grass as the 2-1, a one-hop foul into the Bears dugout. And it's like having some issues with the scoreboard staying on, but fortunately, our graphics are working good. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down here in the top of the first. Pair of runners on. And the 2-2 to Pettis just misses the corner. So for the third batter in a row, a full count pitch to come. Now the Bears certainly making young work here in the first. And now the full count pitch. A one hopper right to Brink, who's able to snag it before it goes foul and steps on first for the out. So the Bears get a couple hits, but do not score after half inning. No score between the Bears and the Tigers on PacificTigers.com. Welcome back to Bill Simoni Field as we head to the bottom of the first inning. No score between the Bears and the Tigers. The Cal Bears defensively from left to right in the outfield, McHugh, Jackson, and Taylor. Koenig at third, Root at short, Reed at second, Pettis at first, Aldretti behind the plate. And in the circle here this afternoon for the Bears, right-hander Katie Sutherland Finch, who on the season is 2-4 with 3 saves and a 3.72 ERA in 75 and a third innings. She's allowed 40 earned runs while walking 16 and striking out 40. So Sutherland Finch gets the starter. Curious to see if we would see Ontiveros, but I'm sure the Bears would like to make sure she's well rested for their big series this weekend against Oregon, as senior Sarah Anderson steps in. Anderson, 356 on the season. And the first pitch from Sutherland Finch misses low for ball one. Sutherland Finch, a junior from Hillsboro, Oregon. And the 1-0, that's hit well to left, but right at the left fielder, McHugh. So Anderson hits one into the air. Not her normal hitting a ground ball and trying to beat it out. She hit it well, but just right at the left fielder. So Anderson leads off the bottom of the first with a fly out to left, and that'll bring up shortstop Melanie Habib. Habib, 224 on the season. And average has gone up over the last month or two of the season. One of 4 Tiger seniors playing their final game here at Bill Simoni Field. As that pitch misses for ball one. Habib, the senior from Davis. Tigers had senior day celebrations during the weekend when it was much easier to make sure all friends and family of the seniors were here. As the 1-0, a called strike. Habib, 3 doubles, 1 triple, 2 home runs. As Sutherland Finch checks her wrist and now spins the ball in her glove and comes home, and the 1-1 misses for ball 2. Corner infield playing close to the bag as the 2-1. One hopper to the third baseman, Koenig, who fires across in plenty of time. So Habib is retired 5-3.
Batting in the third position, designated player number 44, Sydney Lawners.
So with 2 out and no one on, that'll bring up designated player Sydney Lawners. Lawners, the normal everyday first baseman, but Brink gets the chance today to play first on her final home game of her college career as Lawners 319 on the season. And that has to be pitched right down the middle for strike one. Lawners 9 doubles, 6 home runs on the season. Lawners during conference play was hitting .351, which is among the best during West Coast Conference play. As a non-conference game here tonight as the 0-1 misses high. Middle infield playing well back. Corner infield near the bag, especially at third as the 1-1 misses low. On deck should Lawners reach is catcher Rachel Sellers, followed by Zapatosny. There's the 2-1, and that ball is hit hard, but snagged by the third baseman, Koenig. So potentially robbing Lawners of extra bases is Koenig. So the Tigers go down in order in the first, and after one inning, no score on PacificTigers.com. The Scholar Share Tiger Pack is back for just $36. You can grab 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas to any Pacific softball game. It's the best value in town. For more information about the Scholar Share Tiger Pack, head online to PacificTigers.com/Tiger Pack. And also, Louisville Slugger, proud to be the official bat provider of Pacific softball. Shop for the latest gear at Slugger.com. And while no more home games for softball to take advantage of the Scholar Share Tiger Pack, there's Scholar Share Tiger Pack for baseball as well. They're home this week in a big series in West Coast Conference play for the baseball team. We're trying to make the West Coast Conference tournament later this month in Stockton. 6, 7, 8, part of the Bears order due up here in the second inning against Marissa Young. They got a pair of singles with 1 out in the first, but that was it. So right fielder Kayla Taylor will lead it off. Taylor 269 on the season, 417 when leading off an inning. And she leads it off here and takes outside for ball 1. Young is, I want to say, has fallen behind every batter, if not an overwhelming majority. His first pitch to Taylor misses well outside, and now that pitch misses high and inside, and Taylor actually drops her bat. Taylor on the season does not have a home run, does have 2 doubles, 2 triples, and 119 at-bats. And that's a 2-0, misses outside for ball 3. Taylor, a junior from Temecula, California. So multiple full count at-bats in the first inning. Now the 3-0. And that's in there for a called strike. Taylor taking the whole way. And there's the first walk of the afternoon. So Taylor with the leadoff walk. So for the first time this afternoon, the Bears a leadoff runner on. So that'll now bring up designated player
Designated player number 88, Torrey Pogue.
Torrey Pogue. Pogue, 281 on the season. 25 runs batted in, 6 home runs. So some power here in the number 7 spot in the order for the Bears. As Young once again, first pitch misses for ball 1. And now Sellers will head out to the circle and have a word with Young, and that'll allow me to tell you about Wingstop, which is the destination when you crave fresh, cooked-to-order wings with bold, layered flavors. For the nearest location or to order online, visit wingstop.com. So, a lengthy conversation here between Sellers and Young. Both sophomores will be a big part of the Tigers for 2 more years to come. The 1-0 shows bunt, and the bunt is down. Sellers comes out and throws down to first. Zapatosny covers on the wheel. So Pogue, the sack bunt 2-4. Taylor down to second.
The third baseman, number 5, Taylor Koenig.
So Bears will have a couple opportunities here with the runner in scoring position as up comes Taylor Koenig, the third baseman, batting 196 on the season. And once again, the first pitch from Young misses for ball 1. Koenig, a junior from Mira Loma, California, watches the 1-0 go by for ball 2. Foul straight back. Mentioned Young in that performance against BYU on Friday that saw her strike out 11 batters. Tigers were up 4-0 going to the 6th before the Cougars got a 2-run home run in the 6th to cut the lead in half, and then in the 7th, Cougars got a 3-run home run off the scoreboard with 2 outs to put them in front, and they picked up the win. As the Tigers lost in heartbreaking fashion as the count now goes to 3 balls and 1 strike to Koenig. Who fouls it off her foot. So once again, another full count. Young now already up to 30 pitches on the afternoon. At least the 4th full count at bat has swung on a miss. So there's the first strikeout of the afternoon for Marissa Young as Koenig goes down swinging for out number 2.
Left fielder number 22, Kristen McHugh.
So with 2 down and a runner on second, that'll bring up left fielder Kristen McHugh, who is hitting .266 on the season. And Young's first pitch, once again, misses for ball 1. McHugh, who got a real nice ovation when announced before the game, a freshman from Roseville. Well, sure. She has more than a few friends and family that came down I-5 for this one as the 1-0, a called strike on the outside corner. Young has been looking for that outside corner early on. Hasn't really had much success finding it as that pitch misses for ball 2. And 2-1 rolled foul. Brink fields that in foul territory. Today was the last day of classes for this semester. And now the final home game of the season as that foul ball comes straight back. Nice grab made by a fan in about the third row. So the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck should McHugh reaches back to the top of the order and Jasmine Jackson. Go to the 2-2. A couple. Hopper to Zapatosny at second. And she will easily fire to bring for the final out of the inning. So the Bears once again get a runner in scoring position, but do not score after an inning and a half. Tigers and Bears scoreless on PacificTigers.com. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Tigers will have the 4-5-6 part of their order due up here against Sutherland Finch after a 1-2-3 first inning. Rachel Sellers batting .371 on the season. She has had an outstanding sophomore season. She will look to get the Tigers' first base hit of the afternoon. You can hear the wind a little bit, perhaps blowing in the microphone as the first pitch from Sutherland Finch, a called strike. Sellers, 5 home runs, 11 doubles, 27 runs batted in. Hit a home run against BYU this past weekend as that ball is crushed to center, and that'll be the 6th home run on the year for Rachel Sellers. So she continues her sensational sophomore season with a solo home run to center, and the Tigers lead 1-0 here in the second inning. Tigers' first hit is a big one. Sellers crushed that ball, and wind or not, that ball was hit hard. Really no doubt that that one was going to get over the wall in center field. So just like that, the Tigers in front 1-0, and now up comes Nicole Zapatosny, who has hit the ball well the last week or so. Has hit 2 home runs to move into the top 5 all-time on the Pacific career home run list. 8 home runs now on the season for Zapatosny, the senior second baseman from Huntington Beach, who's hitting .277 on the season. As that pitch misses outside for ball 1. Zapatosny, 21 career home runs as a Pacific Tiger, with 3 more games to go after today as that pitch misses for ball 2. A long look in here before the 2-1, and that ball is lined into the gap in right center. That should be extra bases. Zapatosny rounds first and will head to second with a stand-up double. So Zapatosny follows Sellers' home run with an extra base hit of her own. Her 11th double on the season. That ball was hit hard, well over the head of the second baseman Reed, and rolling all the way to the wall. So the heart of the Tigers order doing some damage here in the second inning against Sutherland Finch, as that'll bring up third baseman Cassidy Gustafson, who's batting .260 on the season. And she drops the bunt. It's a good one. Back to the circle, and now they play to first, not in time, as Finch kind of had to double clutch, couldn't get a clean grip on the ball the first time, and by the time, really, you grab it, if you don't get a clean grip on it right away, you're not going to throw out somebody like Gustafson, who has good speed. Gustafson actually tied for the team lead in stolen bases with the leadoff hitter, Sarah Anderson, although Gustafson's been only caught once, so they will rule that an infield base hit. And there's really no error on the play, as she fielded it clean. You just couldn't get a clean grip, and you can't give an error for that. So the base hit for Gustafson. The Tigers now 3 straight hits here in the first inning, and now a conversation in the circle for the Golden Bears. Louisville Slugger, proud to be the official bat provider of Pacific Softball. Shop for the latest gear at slugger.com, and those bats have certainly looked good here for the Tigers in the second inning. After a 1-2-3 first inning, Sellers a blast to center for the solo home run. Zapatozzi then crushes a double into the right center gap, and then Gustafson with the bunt base hit. It was a nice one. It took a bit of a good bounce, so Finch had to hurry a little bit and couldn't get a clean grip. So now with runners on the corners and still no outs, up comes right fielder Haley Moran-Rowan, the junior from Stockton. And she's first pitch swinging, a pop-up in the infield that'll be caught by the second baseman Reed. So an unproductive out there. Moran-Rowan trying to be aggressive, similar to both Zapatozzi and Gustafson before.
Left fielder number 30, Molly Bourne.
So the first out of the second inning on that pop out, and up comes left fielder Molly Bourne. Bourne, a sophomore, has had a tough season at the plate compared to her freshman season. Does have 8 runs batted in, 1 double, 1 home run. As the first pitch from Sutherland Finch misses for ball 1. Tigers with already 1 in here, but certainly would like to at least get 1 more. As the 1-0 misses outside for ball 2. After Bourne is Taylor Brink, and then after her it'll be back to the top of the order. Sutherland Finch has not walked a batter, but has allowed 3 hits here in the second, as a 2-0 is a high fly ball in the infield, so that will not score a run, as Rude makes the catch on the edge of the infield dirt and outfield grass. So back-to-back unproductive outs for the Tigers will bring up Taylor Brink. Brink from Stockton, the senior first baseman, does have 2 doubles, 5 RBIs on the season, and bats here with 2 outs and runners on the corners, as the first pitch from Sutherland Finch misses low for ball 1. As bad as this inning has started out for Sutherland Finch, she's an out away from getting back in the dugout with her team down just the 1 run. As that pitch swung on for strike 1. One misses low. Both corner infielders near the bag, about even with the bag. As the 2-1 to Brink, swung on a miss for strike 2. Zappa at third after reaching on a double. Gustafson at first. Her bunt base hit put runners on the corners with no outs, but still runners on the corners and 2 down. And the 2-2 pitch to Brink. A slow roller taken by the first baseman, Pettis, for the final out of the inning. So the Tigers don't add another run to their lead, but the Tigers do get a solo home run from Rachel Sellers. And after 2 innings, Tigers lead the Bears 1-0 on PacificTigers.com. We head to the third inning here at Bill Simone Field. Pacific leading Cal 1-0. A solo home run from Rachel Sellers to lead off the bottom of the second, put the Tigers in front, but Sutherland Finch did recover as the Tigers had first and third with no outs, and she was able to get a couple pop-ups in the infield before a ground out to keep the Tigers lead at just 1. The Bears here in the third inning against Marissa Young will have the top of the order due up. Young through 2 innings has allowed 2 hits, has walked 1, struck out 1. As now she'll face the Bears second time through the order. And the first pitch once again misses outside for ball 1. Jasmine Jackson, .394 on the season. Grounded out to third in her first at-bat as she hits a chopper. Nice job by Brink there to snag it on a bounce and then take it herself for the out. So Jackson is retired 3 unassisted.
Second baseman number 3, Kylie Reed.
And that'll now bring up second baseman Kylie Reed. Reed on the first pitch she saw in the first inning hit a line drive base hit to left field. Reed .399 on the season. And once again, first pitch swinging, a ground ball taken by Gustafson, and an outstanding play there as Gustafson dove down, quickly jumps up and fires across to get Reed. So 2 quick outs here in the third inning. And that'll bring up
number 15, Lindsay Rude.
Shortstop Lindsay Rude. Rude hit a single to center field in her first at-bat. And she's first pitch swing fouls it off for strike 1. So saw the first 2 innings and even the first batter here. Young has been falling behind 1-0 almost on every batter, but Reed first pitch swinging, grounds out, and now Rude first pitch swinging, fouls it out of play. As the 0-1 hits the outside corner, so Young ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Young had 11 strikeouts in her last outing, just the 1 so far here today. As the 0-2 floats high for ball 1. Rude does not chase. Rude, in 141 at-bats this season, has only struck out 12 times. So that's great plate discipline there from the freshman. One of 2 Bears to have started in every game, as well as that pitch misses outside for ball 2. 2-2. An inside pitch that Rude is able to foul out of play. Tigers last season played a game at Cal that was won by the Bears as that ball is deflected off of Young and to Habib, and no chance to get Rude. So Young nearly is able to field the comebacker, but has it go off her glove and to Habib. And by the time she grabbed it, really no chance to throw out Rude. So nearly a 1-2-3 inning, but now after that 2-out infield base hit, that'll bring up catcher Annie Aldrete, who grounded out to third, a fielder's choice 5 unassisted in her first at bat. Aldrete, 256 on the season. Takes first pitch low for ball 1. Sellers asked home plate umpire Thomas Eddy for a new softball. That pitch is in the dirt, and now a stolen base attempt by Rude is successful as Rude easily steals second. Rude now 19 for 21 on the season. No surprise there that Rude was off to try to get in scoring position with 2 outs. Now a 2-out, 2-0 pitch fouled off at the plate. The Bears so far this afternoon with runners in scoring position are 0 for 4. 2 chances in the first, 2 chances in the second. Unable to get a hit. And the 2-1 misses low for ball 3. Sellers took a sec to throw back to Young. Looks like she was debating throwing down behind Rude to Zapatosny, but decided not to. The 3-1, and that ball is hit wall to left, and that'll put the Bears in front. So Annie Aldrete, her 6th home run of the season, a 2-out, 2-run homer to left, and the Bears lead 2-1. So, given the green light there on a 3-1, and she did not miss. So, Tigers nearly got a 1-2-3 inning. Rude's comebacker, Young, was unable to grab for the 2-out single, and then the 2-out home run.
First baseman number 21, Kobe Pettis.
The Tigers now trail as up comes first baseman Kobe Pettis. Pettis 331 on the season after grounding out to first in her first at-bat, as that pitch misses outside for ball 1. So, Bears' first hit with runners in scoring position was a really big hit, the 2-run homer, and now Young once again behind in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. "56 pitches already through 2 2/3 for Young, as that 2-hopper to Zapatosny is taken and thrown to first for the final out of the inning, but not before the Bears strike back. A 2-run, 2-out home run by Aldrete, and the Bears lead 2-1 after 2.5 innings on PacificTigers.com. We head to the bottom of the third inning here at Bill Simone Field. The Cal Bears now lead the Pacific Tigers 2-1 after the 2-run home run in the top half of this inning. Tigers will have the top of their order due up here in the third. Anderson, Habib, and Lawners, who were retired in order in the first before the Tigers got a leadoff homer, and then back-to-back base hits, had runners on the corners and no outs, but the Tigers were unable to add to that lead, which is why partly the Tigers are trailing now, as that one hopper taken by the second baseman Reed, who makes the flip to Pettis at first for out number one. So Anderson, after flying out to left in her first at-bat, hits one back on the ground, but Reed able to make the play in time.
Shortstop number 23, Melanie Habib.
So that'll bring up shortstop Melanie Habib. Habib 0 for 1, grounded out to third in her first at-bat. First pitch to Habib misses low for ball one. Sutherland finished now 2 1/3 innings, has allowed 3 hits and the 1 earned run, and that ball is lined, and Reed unable to make a diving catch as it gets by her into right center. So a base hit for Melanie Habib. And she hit that ball well. Would have been an outstanding play had Reed been able to make the catch.
Designated player number 44, Sydney Lawners.
And now conversation we had in the circle. Have not seen anybody warming up for the Bears, although now that I look down the right field line well beyond the softball field, I see a few yellow top players throwing balls. And, well, not a pitching change here, perhaps one soon. And now a conversation, perhaps we are going to have a pitching change. I'm just waiting for the player to come. So we'll go ahead and take the break and be right back, as the Tigers trail 2-1 here in the third inning on PacificTigers.com. So the Bears have gone to the bullpen and brought in Nisa Ontiveros. So things will get a little bit tougher for the Tigers now with Ontiveros in the circle. Ontiveros last week, after playing a part in all 5 wins, she had a career-high 12 strikeouts against UC Davis. And then on Friday, she set her career high in strikeouts with 13 against Stanford. But later in the weekend, she then broke that with a 16 strikeout performance. So a 12, 13, and 16 strikeout performance for Ontiveros, who comes in here with 1 out in the third. As the first pitch to Lawners misses for ball 1. Perhaps Ontiveros would get today off after the busy last week and before a big weekend against Oregon, but they bring her in here. Here's the 1-0 to Lawners. A called strike. Lawners 0 for 1. Lined out to third in the first. A well-hit ball that Koenig made a nice low catch on the line drive for the final out of the first. (1-1) will find the seats. Ontiveros on the season, 13-5, 1 save, 1.59 ERA. In 128 innings, she has struck out 164 while allowing just 33 walks. There's the 1-2, misses high. Ontiveros, a senior from Bakersfield. The 2-2 misses high, so the count now full to Lawners. On deck for the Tigers is Sellers, who hit the solo home run to put the Tigers in front. Although the Tigers now trail 2-1 here in the third. Habib at first after her single, and now the full count pitch. Fouled straight back. Lawners 9 doubles, 6 home runs on the season, 23 runs batted in. It's once again the full count pitch from Ontiveros, and there is a rare walk. As Ontiveros, the first batter she faces, gives up the base on balls. Averages about 1 walk per 4 innings pitched. But the leadoff batter against her reaches, and the Tigers now with runners on first and second for catcher Rachel Sellers. Sellers hit her 6th home run of the season in the second inning. A straightaway blast to center field as that first pitch misses high. Sellers now 376 on the season, 28 runs batted in. As Aldretti, whose 2-run homer put the Bears in front, will go out and have a word with Ontiveros. And Louisville Slugger is proud to be the official pet provider of Pacific Softball. Shop for the latest gear at slugger.com. So Habib at second now. She reached on a base hit against the starter Sutherland Finch before Ontiveros came in and walked Lawners, and now a 2-0 count to Sellers. See if Sellers is given a green light here on the 2-0, and she is. A big swing and a miss. So Sellers looking for her 2nd home run on the day. Swings through that pitch for strike 1. And the 2-1, and that ball is hit high, but unfortunately too high and not far enough, as coming up and making the catch in shallow left field is McHugh for out number 2. So Sellers hit it well, but got 2 underneath it. So Sellers flies out to left for out number 2, and that'll bring up Nicole Zapatosny, who in the second inning followed Sellers' home run with a double into the gap in right center. Now 282 on the season after that 11th double on the year. And Ontiveros once again misses high for ball 1. One-0 fouled straight back. Be interesting to see if Zapatosny hits a double like her first one, if Lawners will be able to score from first on it. Should Zapatosny reach? Gustafson's on deck behind her, who reached as well in the second inning. That's the 1-1 that goes high, nowhere close for ball 2. Fouled straight back. Zapatosny all season has had lots of lengthy battles, often working the count full. Right now a 2-2 count with runners on first and second and 2 down here in the third. The final home game of the season for the Tigers, as that pitch on the inside corner for strike 3. So the Tigers get a couple base runners, but do not score. And after 3 innings, Bears lead the Tigers 2-1 on PacificTigers.com. The City of Stockton Municipal Utilities Department asks you to help with water quality and water conservation. Help us maintain clean rivers and a clean delta for everyone by reporting any sewage or bad-smelling water in the street or water running in gutters. Reporting possible problems helps everyone to maintain a clean water supply and healthy environment. Call the 24-hour Emergency Service Center at 209-937-8341. And also Lincoln Center is Stockton's premier shopping and dining destination. Enjoy boutique shopping, our award-winning restaurants, and family-friendly atmosphere, conveniently located at Pacific Avenue and Benjamin Holt, less than 15 minutes from the University of the Pacific. Visit LincolnCenterShops.com for a list of stores that offer a discount to all UOP students. Lincoln Center, always in style. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Bears leading the Tigers 2-1. And they will have the 6, 7, 8 part of their order due up here in the 4th against Marissa Young, who through 3 innings has allowed 4 hits, 2 earned runs, has walked 1 and struck out 1. The 2-run home run by Aldretti right now is the difference, as Kayla Taylor will lead off, the right fielder who reached on a walk in her first at-bat. First pitch swinging, a high hopper. Zapatosny able to make the throw in time. A very close play at first, as that took a high hop, and Zapatosny charging in, able to make the throw in time. So
Designated player number 88, Tori Pogue.
Taylor retired 4-3. So she's retired for the first time tonight. As down, that'll bring up Tori Pogue. Pogue hit a sacrifice bunt in her first at-bat. The designated player batting .281 with 6 home runs on the season. Young's first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Tigers have somebody throwing down in the bullpen. I would guess it's Walters. As that pitch misses for ball 2. Pogue takes the 2-0 fastball down the middle for strike 1. She, between pitches, certainly steps out and takes her time getting back in. Young. 2-1, misses inside for ball 3. Once again, Pogue backs out, takes a lengthy walk. Tigers pitchers don't wear anything on the wrist for signals like we've seen a lot of teams do this season. The 3-1, a ground ball into left field past a diving Habib. So the 5th hit of the afternoon for the Bears, a 1-out single
Number 5, Taylor Koenig.
from Pogue. So after the 1-out single, Taylor Koenig, at the plate. 0 for 1, strikeout swinging. The 1 strikeout so far for Marissa Young. As Young's first pitch misses for ball 1. And now time is called, and the Tigers infield having a conversation with Young. Pogue at first base has not attempted a stolen base all season. So wouldn't think a threat to run here as the 1-0 swung on and missed. One bounce foul down the left field line all the way into the corner. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down here in the 4th inning. Bears lead the Tigers 2-1 in this non-conference game. As that's lined foul once again into the left field corner. Nice crowd here for this final home game of the season. Bit of an odd time, Wednesday at 4 p.m., but great crowd in the seats. Some fans as well around the outfield fence. More than a few people headed down from Berkeley for this game as the 2-2 fouled off. Tigers took the lead in the second, a home run from Rachel Sellers. Had a chance to add to it, but were unable to, and then the Bears came back with 2 runs to take the lead. Aldretti's 2-run homer. And it's once again another pitch fouled off by Koenig. Two swung on and missed. A beautiful off-speed pitch there from Marissa Young. So for the second time, Koenig goes down on strikes swinging as Young gets the strikeout, her second strikeout of the game. And so now that'll bring up the number 9 hitter in the order, left fielder Kristen McHugh. McHugh 0 for 1, grounded out to second in her first at bat as that pitch misses outside for ball 1. Young now 71 pitches. And it indeed was Walters that was loosening a few minutes ago as that pitch fouled off at the plate. Sellers turned her head back looking for it. Didn't realize the ball was actually in front of her. McHugh, 262 on the season, a pair of doubles and triples, 1 home run, and 80 at-bats this season as that off-speed pitch on the outside corner for strike 2. As McHugh looked like she was sitting fastball there and no choice but to watch that off-speed pitch go by for strike 2. 1-2 fastball misses low. Pogue the runner at first after her 1-out single. Now 2 down here in the top of the 4th. As that high pitch fouled straight back. Should McHugh reaches back to the top of the Bears order as that's chopped foul. Seen a lot of lengthy battles between Marissa Young and the Cal Bear hitters. Two misses high, and once again a full count. Cal 2 for 7 with runners on base, 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position, 2 for 5 with 2 outs. And that pitch is fouled off, so the count remains full. The 1 hit with those runners in scoring position was the 2-out, 2-run homer by Aldretti. Now, we'll have a word with Young. And the full count pitch once again just misses the outside corner. So McHugh earns the walk, the second walk of the game for Marissa Young. So now runners on first and second and 2 down. And back to the top of the order in Jasmine Jackson. Jackson 0 for 2. Has grounded out to third and also grounded out to first. 392 on the season now for the center fielder. As the first pitch from Young, a called strike. Jackson from San Jose. The 0-1. Jackson tried to go the other way, and instead her coach in the third base coaching box had to get out of the way. Diane Ninemeyer in her 29th season, so both the Tigers and the Bears longtime head coaches. Tigers, of course, Brian Colsley in his 24th season, so 53 years of experience between these two head coaches here this afternoon as that gets by Brink and into right field. The throw home not in time as Pogue comes around and scores. So the full count battle, or that wasn't a full count battle, but that battle won by Jackson as she gets her first hit of the afternoon. So after McHugh's full count battle that ended with a walk to put runners on first and second with 2 down, Jackson follows with her first base hit. And it's now 3-1 Cal as that'll bring up second baseman Kylie Reed with runners on the corners. Reed singled in the first, Grounded out to third in the third as now Sellers will head out and have a word with Marissa Young. The new Smoke 9 wing with a mesquite bite and smoky finish. Try it before it disappears, only at Wingstop. Get at it. The 1-0 chopped foul at the plate. Reed, in her senior year in high school, was the state player of the year by Cal High Sports. And now head coach Brian Colsey will come out and have a word with home plate umpire Thomas Eddy, perhaps asking if that ball hit Reed when she was out of the box, which instead of a foul ball would be an out. And now home plate umpire Thomas Eddy will ask the third base umpire Will Macedo what he saw. And doesn't look like anything will change, so the foul ball makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. Bears are ready with a run in here in the fourth. Lead 3-1. As the 1-1 hit the other way, and that'll land for a base hit just fair inside the left field line. And Bourne was playing in, but not in enough, so Reed goes the other way. A 2-out RBI base hit, and the Bears now lead 4-1, and that'll do it for Marissa Young. So we'll take the short break and be right back. Bears lead the Tigers 4-1 on PacificTigers.com. So the Tigers have brought in Megan Walters here with 2 outs in the fourth inning, as the Bears have come through with 2 more runs with 2 outs here in the fourth. Is the first pitch from Walters to Rude, misses high. Walters on the season 3-4, 3 saves, a 3.68 ERA in 57 innings. She has allowed 30 earned runs while walking 20 and striking out 18 as the 1-0 misses high to Rude for ball 2. Rude 2 for 2 on the day. Now 373 on the season. Walters, a sophomore from Valley Springs, California, hits the outside corner there for strike 1. Two-one also on the corner. Tigers led 1-0 in the after 2. Had a chance to score more, but were unable to capitalize on runners on the corners and no outs. And the Bears 2 runs with 2 outs in the third and 2 runs already here in the fourth with 2 outs. As that pitch is lined foul out of play. So all 4 runs by the Bears have come with 2 outs in the inning. Two line off the glove of Gustafson to Habib. The throw to first, not in time, nearly a 5.63 put out. And instead, a base hit for Rude, her 3rd hit And the bases are now loaded. So 4 straight batters have reached with 2 outs in the inning. McHugh started it with a walk, and then base hits from Jackson, Reed, and now Rude. And up comes catcher Annie Aldretti, who put the Bears in front with the 2-run home run to left in the third. Her 6th home run on the year. Now bats here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. (1-0) in there for a called strike. Walters this season in 57 innings has allowed just 2 home runs. It's a called strike. In fact, just 15 of the 104 hits she has allowed this season have been extra base hits. 1-2 misses outside. Jackson at third, Reed at second, Rude at first. Two outs, a 2-2 count now to come as that pitch misses high. So once again, another full count for a Tigers pitcher. Megan Walters is in the circle. She relieved Marissa Young. And the full count pitch swung on a miss. Down on strikes goes Aldretti for the final out of the inning, but not before the Bears score 2 more. And after 3.5 innings, Bears lead the Tigers 4-1 on PacificTigers.com. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning here at Bill Simone Field. Tigers trailing 4-1 as the Bears a 2-run third and a 2-run fourth. All 4 of their runs coming with 2 outs in the inning. Tigers will have the 6, 7, 8 part of their order due up here in the 4th inning against Nisa Ontiveros, who came in last inning in relief. Set her career high for strikeouts in a game 3 different times last week as Gustafson swings and misses for strike 1. Gustafson 1 for 1. Had a bunt base hit in the 2nd inning. Third hit of the 2nd inning for the Tigers that unfortunately saw the Tigers score just the 1 run as that pitch in there for strike 2. 0-2 grounded right back up to middle. So there's the second hit for Gustafson. The Tigers trail by 3, but certainly have gotten base hits, gotten runners on, and even now against Ontiveros has had a couple batters reaches. Up comes Haley Moran-Rowan. Moran-Rowan 0 for 1, came up with runners on first and third, and no outs in the second, and hit a pop-up to second. Probably didn't miss it being a pop-up over the second baseman's head for a base hit by much. Now down 0-1 to Ontiveros. After Gustafson led off the inning with a base hit, the first hit Ontiveros has allowed. As that pitch on the outside corner for strike 2. Moran-Rowan, 242 on the season. Puts it in play, and it'll be a close play at first, but the throw from Koenig to Pettis in time for out number 1.
The left fielder, number 30, Molly Bourne.
So Moran-Rowan grounds out 5-3. Gustafson down to second. And that'll bring up left fielder Molly Bourne. Bourne popped out to short in her first at-bat. And first pitch swing, a high fly ball foul down the left field line. An off-speed pitch there, right down the middle for a called strike. Ontiveros does have 1 strikeout now in an inning of work. As the 0-2 is hit high, but it'll be the shortstop Rude once again that makes the catch. So for the second time today, Molly Bourne flies out to Rude at short.
The first baseman, number 25, Taylor Brink.
So with 2 down now and Gustafson at second, that'll bring up the number 9 spot in the Tigers order, senior Taylor Brink. Brink grounded out to first to in the second inning as that pitch misses for ball 1. Should Brink reach back to the top of the Tigers order and Sarah Anderson, who is on deck. As once again, a high fly ball in the infield, and once again, the shortstop Rude will settle under and make the catch. So the Tigers get a leadoff base hit, but do not score after 4 innings. Bears lead the Tigers 4-1 on PacificTigers.com. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Cal leading Pacific 4-1. The Bears will have the 5, 6, 7 part of their order due up here against Megan Walters, who came in and got the final out of the 4th inning, but not before the Bears added another run to their lead, now leading 4-1 as the first pitch to Pettis misses for ball 1. Pettis 0 for 2, but now make that 1 for 3 as she hits a hard hit ball right back up the middle. Walters no chance to grab that one. So a leadoff base hit for Kobe Pettis. The 9th hit now on the day for the Bears.
Number 33, Kayla Taylor.
And looks like we will have a pinch runner.
At first base for California, number 20, Octavia Bond.
So Octavia Bond in to pinch run for Pettis at first base, as right fielder Kayla Taylor will bat. Taylor 0 for 1. Reached on a walk in the 2nd inning before grounding out to second in the 4th. As a high hopper there, and that'll be a base hit. As really the base was not even covered. You had Brink and Walters both going forward, and even if they had been able to field it, by the time Zapatosian was able to get over to cover first, Taylor already there. So the infield single for Taylor. So back-to-back base hits to lead off the 5th inning for the Bears, as that'll now bring up designated player Tori Pogue. Pogue 1 for 1. Sack bunt in the 2nd, singled and scored in the 4th. Now 286 on the season. And she's first pitch swinging, swings and misses for strike 1. A 1, a chopper up the middle, and that'll get into center field for a base hit. Coming in to score is Bond. So Bond showing off that speed, which is why she came in as a pinch runner. She comes around and scores on that chopper up the middle. So it's now 5-1. And now a conversation in the circle. So after their first 4 runs all came with 2 outs in an inning.
The third baseman, number 5, Taylor Koenig.
3 straight hits here in the 5th inning, and it's now 5-1, as that'll bring up third baseman Taylor Koenig. Koenig 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts swinging, as she takes a called strike. Koenig 192 on the season, 2 doubles, 3 home runs, 11 runs batted in, as the 0-1 misses for ball 1. Shallow fly ball to right field, and that will land for a base hit. The throw to second, almost in time to get Pogue, but she gets there ahead of the throw. So Zapatosny chased after that shallow pop-up, but unable to get to it, and it died in shallow right field for a base hit. So the first hit of the day for Koenig, the 4th straight hit here in the 5th inning, and the bases are now loaded for Kristen McHugh, who takes a called strike. McHugh 0 for 1, grounded out in the 2nd, and then walked and scored in the 4th. The lone Cal Bear starter did not have a hit yet today, although she has, as we just mentioned, reached on a walk, and now we're going to have a pinch runner for Koenig at first.
Pinch running for Cal at first base, number 1, Danica Bailey.
So Danica Bailey will come in to pinch run at first for Koenig. An 0-1 count to McHugh. The pitch from Walters misses high. McHugh, 12 runs batted in on the season, 5 extra base hits, 2 doubles, 2 triples, and 1 home run. As the count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. And the 2-1 misses low for ball 3. Walters has not walked a batter since coming in, although a 3-1 count, and that pitch hits McHugh. Even if that hadn't hit her, that would have been ball 4, so the bases loaded hit by a pitch scores a run. And Tigers look like we'll make a pitching change. We'll take the break as well. Bears lead 6-1 here in the 5th on PacificTigers.com. So bases loaded for Jasmine Jackson here in the 5th. No outs is the first pitch from Walters. Misses for ball 1. (1-0) on the outside corner. And that ball gets past a diving Habib at short. That'll score 2 more runs as Pogue comes in to score. Bailey, the pinch runner, waved around and comes in to score. So it's now 8-1 Bears here in the 5th inning. So Jasmine Jackson, her second hit of the day, the 2-run single. She now has 22 runs batted in on the season. And that'll now bring up second baseman Kylie Reed. Thought there'd be a pitching change. It just saw Bourne go from left to third and Gustafson out, and a new left fielder. Thought with all of that, also Gustafson would then come in the circle and pitch. Although perhaps she's now down in the bullpen warming up to do just that. Although Tigers in danger of not really needing Gustafson if the Bears can find a way to score another run here in the inning. Tigers will be forced to score a run in the bottom half to keep this game going and avoid this home finale ending in just 5 innings. As up comes second baseman Kylie Reed, who is 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Reed, an RBI base hit in the 4th. We'll see if they have her sacrificed, and they don't. Swinging away, Reed fouls it off for strike 1. Both of Reed's base hits have been to left field. She's now hitting .400 exactly on the season. As the 0-1 misses outside. McHugh at second, Jackson at first is ground ball to Habib. She will go to third for the out to get the lead runner. So Reed reaches on the fielder's choice 6-5 for out number 1, and that'll now bring up shortstop Lindsey Rude. Rude 3 for 3 on the day. Takes a called strike. Oh, 1 misses high. Rude 3 singles on the day. 2 of them infield singles as the 1-1 fouled off for strike 2 over the Tigers dugout and onto the grassy hill near the field hockey turf. Bears 4 runs in here in the 5th inning, lead 8-1. They've scored 8 straight since the Tigers took the lead in the 2nd inning as a couple hopper. Habib will go to second for 1. And no chance for the Tigers to try to turn 2 and get out of the inning. So a 6-4 fielder's choice. So a Rude at bat results in an out for the first time.
Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 13, Annie Aldretti.
So 2 down now. Runners on the corners for catcher Annie Aldretti, who is 1 for 3 with a home run. And she hits that one well to right, and that'll get over the head of Moran Rowan and land on the warning track for a base hit, so that'll score a run. So, bit of a line drive to right and just over the head of Moran Rowan. So Aldretti's second base hit. Now 26 RBIs on the season, and it's 9-1 here in the 5th.
Number 21, Kobe Pettis.
So that'll now bring up Kobe Pettis, who takes ball 1. Pettis, 1 for 3, singled in the 5th. It's the 1-0 on the outside corner for strike 1. So a big hit there by Aldretti, as now the Tigers will need at least a run in the bottom of the 5th to keep this game going, now trailing 9-1. As it's a ground ball to short. Habib will fire to first for the final out, but the Bears with a 5 spot in the 5th. Tigers need a run. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Tigers trail 9-1 on PacificTigers.com. The Scarlet Share Tiger Pack is back for just $36. You can grab 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas to any Pacific softball game. It's the best value in town. For more information about the Scarlet Share Tiger Pack, head online to PacificTigers.com/Tiger Pack. And also, Lincoln Center, Stockton's premier shopping and dining destination. Enjoy boutique shopping, our award-winning restaurants, and family-friendly atmosphere. Conveniently located at Pacific Avenue and Benjamin Holt, less than 15 minutes from the University of the Pacific. Visit LincolnCenterShops.com for a list of stores that offer a discount to all UOP students. Lincoln Center, always in style. And lastly, Louisville Slugger, proud to be the official bat provider of Pacific Softball. Shop for the latest gear at slugger.com. So we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Tigers need at least 1 run to keep this game going, as Sarah Anderson will lead off top of the Tigers order. And Sarah Anderson and her potentially last at-bat here at Bill Simone Field. Tigers' final home game of the season before ending the season on the road at LMU next weekend. Anderson 0 for 2 on the day, has flied out and grounded out, now hitting .350. The senior center fielder from Washington. Takes ball one from Ontiveros, who in an inning and 2/3 has allowed just one hit, has walked one and struck out one. And able to get it over the third baseman's head, but not to keep it fair. So the foul ball for strike one. After Anderson will be Habib and Covington, who came in left field last inning as a defensive replacement, as the pop-up in the infield. And it'll be the third baseman, Koenig, to make the catch for out number one.
The shortstop, number 23, Melanie Habib.
So that'll bring up shortstop Melanie Habib. Habib 1 for 2. Tigers senior shortstop singled in the third. As Ontiveros' first pitch to Habib, a called strike. Actually, Lahner is on deck. So, well, the box shows Covington in that spot. Lahner's on deck, hoping to bat with a runner on base as that pitch is in the dirt, bounces away from Aldretti. One fouled straight back. One ball, 2 strikes. The count to Habib. One down here in the bottom of the fifth. Game, the Tigers did lead 1-0 after 2 innings. Now a 9-1 Bears lead as a soft ground ball that Ontiveros will field, and able to beat it out is Habib. So her second hit of the day.
Batting for the Tigers, designated player number 44, Sydney Lahner.
So a bit of a check swing, slow roller, well placed, and by the time Ontiveros was able to get to it and make the flip to first, Habib running hard beats it out. So the Tigers' 6th hit of the game, and up comes Sydney Lahner. Lahner's 0 for 1, lined out to third and also walked. Lahner's .316 on the season. Ontiveros misses high for ball one. After Lahner's is Sellers, who hit a home run in the second inning. The right part of the lineup here for the Tigers, who need at least a run to keep this game going, is the 1-0. A called strike, and Aldretti throws down to first. Habib back in safely. And the 1-1 fouled straight back off the net. And nice jumping catch there by the catcher Aldretti, as the ball hit the top of the net and came back and turned around and made the snag. Pettis comes over and has a word with Ontiveros before heading back to her spot. And the 1-2 hit well to center, and that'll land for a base hit. So back-to-back base hits for the Tigers here in the 5th inning.
The catcher, number 10, Rachel Sellers.
So the Tigers not going down without a fight here in the 5th inning, as up comes Rachel Sellers. And before Sellers at bat, we will have a pinch runner. So Kristen Stein will be the pinch runner for Lawners at first. Sellers, mentioned, hit the solo homer in the 2nd inning. A no doubt home run to center field to put the Tigers in front. And she also hit the ball well in the 3rd, although got a little bit underneath it, flying out to left. Sellers 373 on the season. 2 on, and that ball is hit well to left, but again, not quite good enough and a little bit too much underneath it. Not as much underneath that one as her last at bat. More of a line drive, but right to the left fielder McHugh for out number 2. So the Tigers down to their final out, needing a run, as up comes second baseman Nicole Zapatosny, the Tigers senior second baseman, batting .280 on the season, 1 for 2 with a double. And now head coach Brian Colsey will call timeout and have a word with Zapatosny, and at the same time, Aldretti will head out to have a word with Ontiveros. And Wingstop, for people who demand flavor in everything they do. For the nearest location, order online. Visit wingstop.com. So, talked about the Tigers, the Scarlet Share Tiger Pack. While softball's final home game is right now, baseball home this weekend, 3 games. Saturday's game, fireworks afterwards, so opportunity to take advantage of that deal at baseball as Zapatosny shows bunt and pulls back and takes a called strike. Zapatosny, 11 doubles, 8 home runs on the season, in the top 5 all-time career home run list here at Pacific with 21. As the 0-1 is hit high in the air, and the center fielder Jackson will settle under and make the catch. So that'll do it here in the home finale of the 2016 season. So the Tigers dropped the game by the score of 9-1. The Tigers took the lead in the 2nd inning. The solo home run from Rachel Sellers, and then the Tigers had 1st and 3rd with no outs, couldn't add to that lead, and then the Bears roared back. 2-run home run by Aldretti with 2 outs in the 3rd, put the Bears in front for good. They then scored a couple more runs in the 4th before a 5-run 5th inning would set the stage for this game ending in 5 innings. The Bears, 9 runs, 14 hits, no errors. They left 8 on base. The Tigers, 1 run, 7 hits, and no errors. They left 7 on base. So that'll do it here from Bill Simoni Field. Before we wrap things up, I'd like to thank Curran McCauley, the softball SID, for all his work all season. Kyle as well, who's been here for most of the season with me doing softball. So also like to thank all of you who have joined us all season long on PacificTigers.com. It's always a lot of fun, and we look forward to next season, while the Tigers will end the season on the road at LMU next weekend. So follow Pacific Softball on Twitter for those updates, and that'll do it here. I will see you again next season. Once again, your final score from Bill Simoni Field: the Cal Bears defeat the Pacific Tigers 9-1 on PacificTigers.com.